What's going on? F4LESS Roller here. Alright guys, we just got done flying the World Cup preliminary flies here in Minnesota. I believe there's two guys that's representing, and that's Mark Ritter and Tang Vang. Congratulations guys. You know, you guys put up the birds that worked that day, and keep up with it guys. Keep up with it. Stay motivated, stay focused. Hoping next year I'm not gonna let this one slide, but hoping to join you guys next year in competition. I didn't have a lot of faith in my birds because they were trained so late, and with the move and all, I wasn't feeling too good about it. But my birds are actually turning it on pretty good, so kind of kicking myself for that, but it is what it is, you know. Just want to congratulate the guys flying in the World Cup. You know, good luck to you guys in the finals. You know, got nothing but hope for you guys. Hope you guys could bring some heat to the guys who made it to the finals. But yeah, this is my hen kit, putting them up, and my hen kit's starting to come alive. Like I said, this is their 15th day up since lockdown. So it is hot. 82 degrees right now, I believe. The sun is blazing, but the birds are still working it. But yeah, guys, just a little something, nothing too fancy yet. You know, they're hot, they're hungry, they're thirsty, you name it. Oof, I missed a good roll that was down low here. Sorry guys, the glare doesn't help. But yeah, just putting up the birds, just enjoying them. You know, hopefully you guys been watching some good kits out there too, you know. And my team here still needs a lot of work. Chemistry wise, they're starting to come back. There's a few birds in here that bumped on me. Starting to get deep and just bumping, you know. I don't know about you guys. I used to be really strict about birds that bump. Used to hate it. Used to always say, you know, call it. But over the years, I have grown to respect the birds that bump. A lot of people ask me why, and I say, you know what? A bird that bumps is a bird that commits to the role. Okay? Of course, I don't always, a true bumper is the difference. And how I train for true bumpers is, if you fly that bird alone and it still come down bumping, that's a true bumper. Okay? But if he comes down or she comes down with the kit and they're fluttering before they land and it triggers that bird to roll, to me that's not a true bumper. Okay? So that's my definition of a bumper, and that's how I train to see who is real and who is a not real bumper. Now, a bird that if you fly by itself and it does not have the problem of bumping, that's a bird that I'm willing to put in the breeder loft. Okay? That's a bird I'm willing to give it a shot. Now, if it flies with the kit and it bumps hard, you know, I'm not gonna blame that bird one bit, because he or she's just triggered by the kit sensitivity, you know. So I'm not gonna punish that bird for reacting the way he or she did. But if the bird is flying by itself, it still comes down and it doesn't have control, yeah, it'll be in the kit. If I need that bird, it'll be in the kit. But if breeding wise, I'll probably hesitate to put that bird like that down, because that bird, I believe, is controlled by the roll. So I would hesitate on a bird like that. But a bird that does not bump when they come down, I will not hesitate to put a bird like that away. Again, that's just me. I do like the deeper stuff. I do like the deeper birds, guys. Um, you know, when I was talking with Marco and we were going through some of the birds that I had and the background of the birds that I got from him, and he was like, whoa, too, you got some really deep, frequent birds in the background of all your birds that I got from him. And I kind of told him, I was like, yeah, that's what I wanted. You know, when I got the Danny Courtney birds, I've always liked depth. And honestly, John Nelton used to fly some really deep competition birds, guys. John Nelton flew some 0.9 birds, you know, like 1.9, 1.8 depth birds. Guys, his birds could roll deep. You thought 40 foot was deep? Nah, that was like his minimum in those birds that he was flying, man. Those birds were deep. And, you know, and all, that was like, John was probably one of the first guys that I've seen that flew deep, deep birds in competition. And his bird worked well together. And, you know, the thing about deep birds, like I talked to some of the guys, you know, it's good to have deep birds, but if your birds don't have the syncrasy or the chemistry, it's gonna really show in deep birds. It's really gonna show in deep birds. Because, you know, a deep bird that don't sync up, you're gonna see the separation, and you're gonna see the waterfall, the true waterfall. You know, for shallow birds, they can bounce right back, pull out the roll and redo it again, right? But deep birds, you don't have that luxury. You know, once they go, they're gonna be going. So if they ain't synced up, you know, you're gonna have a little bit of trouble. But sorry, something chased my birds and kind of made them shut down. But you know, when I brought in these birds, you know, these were the birds that I wanted to bring in to put up against John Elton stuff. And don't get me wrong, John has some great birds. If I had my hands on them, would I? Oh yeah, of course. No hesitation there. But, you know, it is just something that a lot of the guys here in Minnesota is flying his stuff now. So I'm just figure, you know what? I'm happy with what my results are. I've just been struggling to fly them because I lost so many birds, you know, in the city. The city that I am at doesn't allow birds, and so I was just kind of like, you know, raising birds on the side, and you know, all the bird of prey hunting my birds. You know, I always joke around, the guys in the city have bird of prey, but you know, there's a lot of city folks that also have homing pigeons, fancy pigeons. So there's other fanciers around them that are letting out birds, so they're kind of sharing the losses with each other. Whereas where I was, I don't think anybody near me was flying their birds. I knew a guy that was like maybe a block and a half from me that was flying homing pigeons, but he only flew, I believe, on the weekends, you know, and these rollers, they need to hit the sky almost every day. So I know I was pushing my birds up every day and I was getting heavy hits, you know. Whereas when I noticed that whenever he get hit, he just locks down for like a month. He'll lock down for a month. I won't see a single bird fly for about a month, and then he'll put him back up, you know. So I know there's a guy that flew some near me, but like I said, he never really fly him hard like we would with our rollers. So yeah, you know, just like to talk about that. But yeah, I brought these birds in and they had the depth. So a lot of times, you know, like I was telling a lot of guys, you know, this was a family I brought in to go against those Elton birds. Now, John Elton flew the Don Olette family of birds, and they're really good birds. And if you guys notice, that's what Mark Ritter started flying too. He got some from John Elton, and he got some from Don himself. So they're good birds, you know. But like I said, a lot of guys here in Minnesota is flying them. So I figure, you know what, I'll stick to what I have, and I've actually enjoyed what I'm flying. So you know what, I want to put them up, guys. I want to put them up. So hopefully this year I can breed at least one round. We'll see. I'm trying to breed at least one round to fly. I would like a little bit more selection because my kits right now that's flying right here, half of them are my barless projects, and those barless projects are crosses. So the crosses are really not committing to the roll, so they kind of mess up the chemistry of the kit. But I sure hope they break out that habit. But who knows, you know? Once you cross a bird, you never know what's gonna do. That barless project was just something I wanted to do as a, you know, to bring back the fun of the hobby of when I was doing it when I was in high school. You know, I had some barless birds that were really good, and I wanted to recreate that. But like I said, the goal was when I started that was I was gonna breed a kit of barless and just fly them to test out the skies. But then I ended up doing one kit of barless and one kit of my Courtney stuff, and of course then I'm not getting heavy hits out here in the countryside. So you know, if I had known that, I would never put the barless stuff together and build a kit out of it. I would totally have, oof, I would totally have focus on you know, just building my Courtney birds. But it is what it is. I've enjoyed the barless. I just don't know the background of them. All I know is that they have some Turner blood in them, and that's it. But yeah, you know, I've really enjoyed the birds. And oh, hopefully I caught that. I was trying to zoom in and they broke right there. Oh, well, yeah, guys, you know, it's hard when you're recording and talking. You know, you tend to miss out on a lot of things when you're doing it. But you know, guys, it is what it is. I've enjoyed this family of birds so far, but I would have, what I'm trying to get at is, you know, if I had known this place was good for flying, I would have bred 2 kits of just my Courtney stuff. The barless was supposed to be my air testers. They were supposed to be my BOP kit, the one that I fly no matter if I get hit or not. But my kit turned out to be